Today we are going to talk about something powerful, something transformational. How to achieve the impossible. Now, we've all heard the phrase, it's impossible, but I ask you, what is impossible to you? The truth is, what seems impossible to others is simply a challenge waiting for someone to break through, and that someone could be you. You see, the first step to achieving the impossible is believing in it. So many of us are conditioned to think in terms of what is probable, what is attainable, what fits within the framework of reality. But let me ask you, who defines what's possible? Your vision, your dreams, are yours to mold. When you believe in what others cannot see, when you are willing to hold on to that belief, even when it feels like the world is telling you otherwise, that's when you start stepping into the realm of the impossible. It won't be easy. There will be obstacles, there will be setbacks, but the most powerful tool you have on this journey is perseverance. Think about the greatest achievements in history. They didn't happen overnight, they didn't happen without struggle, but they happened because someone was unwilling to give up, unwilling to let go of their vision. You are capable of doing the same. You have the strength within you to push forward, to rise after every fall, to keep going when the road is tough. But the journey doesn't stop at perseverance. To truly achieve what seems impossible, you need focus. You need a clear vision of what you are working toward. The distractions of life, the doubts, the voices that try to pull you off course, they will always be there. But if you stay focused on your goal, if you align your actions with your purpose, you will find yourself moving steadily toward that impossible dream. It's also important to remember that you have untapped potential waiting to be unlocked. The impossible isn't out of your reach because of your limitations. It's out of reach because you haven't fully realized the incredible power within you. The moment you decide to step into your greatness and believe that you are worthy of achieving your dreams, that's when the impossible becomes possible. And finally, achieving the impossible requires change. You cannot remain the same person and expect different results. Growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone, when you stretch yourself beyond what you've known. To achieve the impossible, you must be willing to change, to take risks, and to embrace the new and unknown. Because in that space of discomfort, there lies your true potential waiting to be realized. The impossible is not a barrier. It is an invitation to grow, to reach, and to become. So don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you that it cannot be done. You have everything inside you to achieve the impossible. All it takes is belief, perseverance, focus, the courage to unleash your potential, and the willingness to change. To achieve the impossible, it all begins with believing in the unseen, the things that are not yet tangible or visible to the world around you. You see, the concept of what is possible is deeply rooted in the beliefs and perceptions that society, culture, and even your own experiences have instilled in you. The reality is that what we often perceive as impossible is simply something that hasn't been done yet, or something that hasn't yet entered the realm of collective imagination. But once someone dares to envision it, once someone steps into the unknown with the audacity to believe, that's when the impossible begins to unfold. Belief is not just a passing thought. It's a foundation on which everything else stands. Before anything in this world ever becomes reality, it first takes root in the mind. Think about it for a moment. The great innovations, the extraordinary accomplishments, the monumental breakthroughs, none of these were birthed from a place of certainty. They all started with an idea, a belief that something could be done, even when it seemed like the odds were against it. Consider the story of the first human flight. The Wright brothers didn't just see a flying machine in their minds. They believed with every ounce of their being that it was possible. To everyone else at the time, it was an absurd notion. People thought they were crazy. Flying was something reserved for birds and angels, not mere mortals. Yet the Wright brothers believed in the impossible, and it was that belief that propelled them to spend countless hours experimenting, failing, and pushing forward. They didn't know exactly how they would make it happen, but they knew it could be done. Their belief became the very fuel that powered them through the doubts and struggles. They didn't need to see the final result first. They just needed to believe that it was possible. And that belief became the driving force behind their actions. You might be thinking, but how do I believe in something that feels so out of reach? How do I trust in something when there's no evidence to back it up? That's a valid question, and the answer lies in the understanding that belief is not about having all the answers or proof. Belief is about having a vision, a sense of possibility that is rooted in the heart, and a willingness to trust in your own potential to make it happen. It's about understanding that the world's limits are not your limits. In fact, belief in the unseen is one of the most powerful forces you can harness. The belief that something can be achieved, even when no one else believes it is possible, is what allows you to step into unknown territories. It gives you the courage to take risks, the strength to keep going when others may laugh at you or try to discourage you. It enables you to ignore the voices that say, "It's not possible," and instead listen to the quiet, powerful voice within you that whispers, "It can be done." This belief is not about ignoring the reality of challenges or obstacles. It's about knowing that despite the difficulties, the goal is still worth pursuing. Believing in the impossible doesn't mean you're denying the tough times ahead. It means you trust in your ability to overcome them. You may not have the resources, the knowledge, or the tools right now, but the belief that it's possible will lead you to the solutions you need along the way. When you truly believe, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin to think creatively and find paths that were previously invisible. Belief in the unseen also ties into your ability to see potential where no one else does. Many people tend to judge the possibilities based on what has already been done, what is currently possible, or what fits within their understanding of the world. But when you believe in the impossible, you tap into a different realm, the realm of innovation, of breakthroughs, of visionaries who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. It's this mindset that opens up doors to new opportunities, to new ways of thinking, and to new ways of being. At the end of the day, believing in the impossible is a choice. It's about deciding that the world's limitations are not your own and choosing to see potential rather than barriers. It's about being willing to dream big, to reach high, and to trust that, with faith and perseverance, the impossible can and will be achieved. When you believe, truly believe, in the unseen, you create the foundation for greatness, and the world begins to shift in response to your belief. Remember, the impossible isn't a wall that cannot be scaled. It's an invitation to step into your greatness. So, the next time you face a challenge or a dream that feels out of reach, remember, belief in the unseen is the first step toward making the impossible possible. Achieving the impossible requires more than just belief. It demands perseverance. It's not enough to dream big or have a vision. You must be prepared to push through difficulties, setbacks, and moments when giving up seems like the easier option. The road to achieving something extraordinary is not smooth. There will be obstacles, frustrations, and times when it feels like you're stuck in a cycle of failure. But here's the thing. Perseverance is the difference between those who accomplish the impossible and those who simply give up too soon. Perseverance is not about avoiding difficulty. It's about facing it head-on and continuing to move forward, regardless of how many times you fall or how impossible the journey seems. It's about having the strength to rise every time you're knocked down, knowing that every setback is simply a lesson in disguise. People who achieve the impossible are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to stay down after each failure. They know that persistence is the key to turning those failures into stepping stones, and they trust that every challenge they face is simply a part of the process. Consider some of the most successful people in history. Think about Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work." Edison faced countless rejections, failures, and discouraging moments in his quest to create the light bulb. In fact, many people told him that it was an impossible task, but Edison didn't stop. His perseverance kept him going, and after every failure he learned something new. He didn't just move forward despite failure, he moved forward because of it. Each mistake taught him what to do better, what to avoid, and how to improve his approach. His ability to keep going, even when it seemed hopeless, was the driving force behind his eventual success. This same perseverance is what will carry you through when you're chasing something that seems impossible. It's not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how things will turn out. It's about showing up every day and putting in the effort, even when the results don't immediately reflect your hard work. It's about having the determination to keep going, even when the odds seem stacked against you. It's understanding that success is not just about talent or resources, but about your willingness to endure through the challenges. One of the greatest barriers to perseverance is self-doubt. There will be moments when you question whether it's worth it, when you wonder if you're capable, when you feel like your dream is out of reach. In these moments, it's easy to give in to the urge to quit. But this is exactly when perseverance becomes essential. In those moments of doubt, you must dig deep and remind yourself why you started in the first place. You must remember the passion that fueled your dream and reconnect with the vision of what you are working toward. It's in these challenging times that your resolve is truly tested, and it's in pushing through them that you build the resilience necessary to achieve the impossible. Perseverance also requires flexibility. It's not enough to just keep going without adapting to the circumstances. Sometimes the road you're traveling may need to change, and your approach may need to be adjusted. The key is not to give up, but to be willing to change direction, try a new method, or learn a new skill. Perseverance is about being adaptable in the face of challenges. It's about being open to trying new things, learning from mistakes, and evolving as you go. Another important aspect of perseverance is patience. When you're working toward something monumental, it takes time. The impossible doesn't happen overnight. There will be times when progress feels slow, and you may not see immediate results. But perseverance teaches you the value of patience, the ability to stay the course, even when the finish line feels far off. Those who achieve the impossible know that patience is not about passively waiting, but about staying actively engaged, continuing to put in the effort, and trusting that all the work you're doing will eventually pay off. It's also important to remember that perseverance is often what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Many people give up right before the breakthrough happens. They may not realize how close they are to achieving their goal, and they quit just moments before success is within reach. The difference between those who achieve the impossible and those who don't is not a matter of ability. It's a matter of perseverance. It's the willingness to keep going, to push through the discomfort, to ignore the doubts, and to hold onto your belief in your dream, even when the world around you may tell you that it's not possible. In the end, perseverance is about more than just reaching the destination. It's about who you become along the way. It's about building strength, resilience, and character. It's about learning to trust in your own ability to overcome any challenge that comes your way. Achieving the impossible may not be easy, but with perseverance it is always possible. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. And with each step, you're proving to yourself that nothing is impossible when you refuse to give up. When you are on a mission to achieve the impossible, it's not just about believing in your vision and persevering through the challenges. It's also about taking bold and consistent action. Action is the bridge that connects your dreams to reality. Without it, your belief remains a mere thought, and your perseverance lacks direction. The difference between those who achieve the impossible and those who don't is often rooted in their ability to take consistent and purposeful action. When you commit to moving forward, even when the path is unclear, you unlock the potential to create the extraordinary. The power of action lies in its ability to move you from a state of wishing or hoping into one of doing. It's easy to get stuck in the realm of planning and thinking about what you want to achieve, but thinking alone doesn't change your life. You can dream about the future and imagine the possibilities, but without putting those thoughts into motion, nothing will come of them. Action transforms ideas into tangible results. It's the catalyst that sets the wheels of progress into motion. One of the most important things to realize is that action doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be taken. Many people hesitate to take the first step because they're afraid of making mistakes, of failing, or of doing things wrong. But the truth is, mistakes are a part of the journey. They are lessons in disguise, and without them, you wouldn't have the opportunity to learn and grow. So rather than waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan, take the first step, however small. This simple act of movement will create momentum, and that momentum will carry you forward, step by step, toward the impossible. Taking bold action is also about challenging your fears and pushing past your comfort zone. Often, when we set out to accomplish something great, our fears and doubts can hold us back. We may fear failure, judgment, or the unknown. But those fears are natural. They are a sign that you're stepping into new territory that requires you to grow and evolve. The key is to recognize that fear doesn't have to paralyze you. In fact, it should be seen as a signal that you are about to do something extraordinary. Instead of running from fear, lean into it. Let it fuel your determination to keep moving forward. When you take bold action in the face of fear, you're signaling to yourself and to the world that you are serious about achieving the impossible. It's also important to understand that taking action means being disciplined in your approach. While it's easy to get excited about a new goal or dream, the true test of your commitment is your ability to stay consistent. It's about showing up every day, putting in the effort and doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. The key to success lies in your consistency. When you take consistent action, even in the face of setbacks or obstacles, you create a foundation of trust in yourself. You prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can handle whatever comes your way, and that you are committed to achieving your goal, no matter how impossible it may seem. In addition to discipline, action requires flexibility. The journey toward the impossible is rarely a straight line. There will be detours, roadblocks, and unexpected challenges that force you to rethink your approach. But instead of getting discouraged, you must remain adaptable. If one path doesn't work, try another. If a strategy fails, learn from it and refine your approach. Action is not about being rigid. It's about being open to change, willing to pivot when necessary, and always looking for new solutions to the problems that arise. The more flexible you are, the more quickly you can overcome challenges and keep moving toward your goal. One of the most transformative aspects of taking action is that it builds your confidence. Each time you take a step, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you are capable of making progress. You start to trust in your abilities and in your capacity to handle whatever comes your way. With each action, you become more equipped to face challenges, and you begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. This growing confidence is critical in achieving the impossible. When you believe in your ability to act and make things happen, you begin to see the impossible as not only achievable, but inevitable. Taking action also opens the door to new opportunities. Often we are hesitant to take action because we are afraid of making the wrong choice or taking the wrong direction. But the truth is, no action is wasted. Every step you take leads you to new experiences, new lessons, and new possibilities. You may not always know the exact path you need to take, but by taking action you allow yourself to discover the best route. Action creates opportunities that would never have appeared if you had stayed stagnant. The more you act, the more the universe aligns to support your efforts, and the more doors begin to open. Ultimately, the impossible is only achieved through the consistent and bold actions you take along the way. It's not about sitting back and waiting for something magical to happen. It's about rolling up your sleeves and doing the work. Each small action, each brave decision, each step forward is what propels you toward your ultimate goal. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. So, don't wait for the perfect time, and don't be afraid of failure. Take action now, and with every step you'll find yourself closer to achieving what once seemed impossible. When pursuing the seemingly impossible, it's crucial to maintain an unwavering belief in yourself. This self-belief is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It's what keeps you moving forward when doubt creeps in, when obstacles arise, and when the end goal feels so far out of reach. Without self-belief, it's all too easy to abandon your dreams in the face of difficulty or discouragement. However, when you believe in your own potential, you give yourself the strength to keep going, even in the most challenging times. Self-belief is the internal fuel that powers your journey. It's the quiet yet steadfast conviction that you can overcome anything, that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. The journey toward achieving the impossible is filled with moments of uncertainty. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when it feels like you're walking in circles or not making any progress at all. It's during these times that self-belief becomes your anchor. It's the belief that, no matter how tough it gets, you are strong enough to handle it, smart enough to find a solution, and resilient enough to keep moving forward. The importance of self-belief cannot be overstated. It's not simply about having a positive attitude. It's about truly understanding your own worth, knowing that you have the strength, skill, and capacity to navigate the challenges that will inevitably come your way. When you believe in yourself, you stop doubting your abilities and start trusting in them. Self-belief allows you to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to pursue your dreams with a sense of certainty that others may not have. This belief also creates a powerful ripple effect in your life. When you believe in yourself, others begin to believe in you too. People are naturally drawn to those who exude confidence and conviction in their abilities. Self-belief is contagious. It inspires trust, respect, and admiration. Others will see that you are serious about your goals and will be more inclined to support you in your endeavors. This positive energy attracts opportunities, opens doors, and aligns you with people who are equally driven to help you succeed. However, believing in yourself doesn't mean that you won't face moments of doubt or fear. In fact, self-doubt is an inevitable part of the journey, but the difference is that with self-belief, you have the tools to manage and overcome those doubts. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, you use it as a source of motivation. You acknowledge that doubt is normal, but you don't let it define you. You replace those doubts with affirmations of your own worth, reminding yourself of your past successes, your unique abilities, and the reasons why you're pursuing your goals in the first place. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your self-belief is by focusing on your past achievements. When you're faced with a new challenge or when your confidence wavers, take a moment to reflect on everything you've already accomplished. This could be anything from personal milestones to professional achievements. Remember that each of these victories was once something you thought was impossible. By recalling those moments, you remind yourself of your ability to succeed and build confidence in your capacity to tackle future challenges. Self-belief also comes from a deep understanding of your purpose. When you are clear about why you are pursuing your dreams, when you know that your goal is bigger than just you, it becomes easier to push through the tough times. Purpose gives you direction and clarity, and it makes the pursuit of the impossible feel more meaningful. When you have a deep connection to your purpose, no setback feels like the end of the journey. Instead, it becomes a stepping stone that propels you forward. Additionally, it's important to surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Self-belief can sometimes be challenged by the negativity or doubts of others. If you allow those around you to influence your self-perception, you may begin to question whether your dreams are truly achievable. But when you surround yourself with individuals who believe in you, who support your vision, and who celebrate your successes, you bolster your own belief. These positive influences act as reminders that you are capable and worthy of success. They provide the encouragement and perspective you need to push past moments of doubt. It's also crucial to recognize that self-belief is not a static trait. It's something that needs to be nurtured and strengthened over time. Just as physical muscles require regular exercise to stay strong, your belief in yourself requires continuous affirmation and practice. You must commit to developing a mindset that supports your goals. This includes silencing the inner critic that tells you that you're not good enough, that you're not capable, or that success is out of reach. Instead, choose to listen to the voice of your potential, the voice that believes in your ability to achieve greatness. Another essential aspect of self-belief is the willingness to learn and grow. When you truly believe in yourself, you understand that you are not perfect and that mistakes are part of the process. You view failures not as reflections of your worth, but as opportunities to grow and improve. Each lesson learned makes you stronger and more equipped to face future challenges. With this mindset, you can approach each step of your journey with confidence, knowing that even when things don't go as planned, you are capable of adapting and overcoming. Ultimately, self-belief is the cornerstone of achieving the impossible. Without it, the journey would be filled with hesitation and uncertainty. But with it, you create a foundation that supports every action, every decision, and every step you take toward your dreams. When you believe in yourself, you empower yourself to face challenges head-on, to remain persistent in the face of adversity, and to take bold action when opportunities arise. It's the belief that, no matter how difficult the path, you are capable of reaching your destination. And that belief is what will ultimately make the impossible possible.